Hey there, Munchie Mafia. Good evening. It is Sunday, and we are just getting out of this whole Thanksgiving season. Thank goodness for that. So, um, tonight, what we're going to do is we're taking all of the leftovers and we're going to make something different. So, let's get to it.
Kitchen in a century-years-old farmhouse, deep in the shadows, a mountain earth. A kitchen witch weaves a little magic over a cast iron pot upon a stove. She whispers her spell into the universe as her pot bubbles over, spilling the brew. On YouTube every Sunday night for an hour of magic, mischief, and whimsy, cooking up food to soothe the restless soul. Go get yourself a drink, get some tasty snacks. There is still time to go party as we get this stream started. The townspeople think CV is a little strange, a bit spooky and a whole lot of crazy, but she pays no mind to the subdued whispers as she passes by with her ginger familiar following close behind. Here, a tiny pinch of passion there, with a stir of the wooden spoon. She mixes flavors that delights the soul. Like and subscribe to Munchie Mafia Official, and gently fondle that little bell icon. You may or may not receive notifications. YouTube features are so bipolar. A whiskey whisk of mystery, a stir of mischief, a bakey bake of whimsy, and some laughy laughs. Maybe CD won't be late this time. Who the hell are we kidding? A shaky shake of the magic 8 says that's unlikely. She will even be terribly late for her own funeral too. With the flick of CV's wrist and a wave of a mystical wooden spoon, the magic begins to brew. So let's brew some magic together. Don't forget to always cook with love and always eat with passion. We are born with an extended warranty, and tomorrow never comes with a money back guarantee. And tomorrow never comes with a money back guarantee.
We're back.
Okay, so Hello to everybody. We've got Demoose, we got Greg Johnson, Stephen and Jacqueline, Butler Family Farm, Pterodactyl also. Oh my God. Did you forget to feed him?
I did feed
him. Tiger, Bulldogs, Double Dog, hoorah, Double Dog. Of course, we have Tim Mitchell. And let's see here. Who else do we have? We have Tuber Chats in. Hello, Kevin. And we have Peaceful Des and Belt Loop 29, Desert Living, Teresa Castro, Pterodactyl again, Mason Hiffner, and let's see here. Who else do we have? We got lots of people in here. Whistle Top Homestead. Whistle Stop Homestead. We're just kind of messing around with his name a little bit. And no, I don't hate you, Ed. I don't hate you. And I don't dislike you either, for that matter. I'm actually quite fond of you. That's why I pick on you all the time. Drunken Chef Barbecue. Yes, I can barbecue. And Captain Brian is also here. He's another one of our mods. And Brandon of Palm Beach is also here. And so is Kitty's in the kitchen. Welcome. So I did a thing yesterday, and we'll start off with some story time. But first off, I want to say that the official Off-Topic Squirrels first episode of the webcomic has just been released 15 minutes before this live stream. So pop on over to Off-Topic Squirrel to go check it out. It's something that has been in the works for a year now. It's taken a long time to get this all put together and everything. And I'm sure that Mason's going to be really excited because this means that his character is coming up soon-ish, maybe. Depends on how well this thing is received, because it does take a lot of my time because it's all done by hand. So I hope you all enjoy that. Anyhow, so I'm trying out something because I got sick and tired of buying. You can't buy little tiny squat little containers of buttermilk anymore at any of the grocery stores around here. You have to buy big ones. And if I only need just a little tiny smidge of it, it's like, what do I do with the rest of it? I don't have a lot of time on my hands because I'm at work 13 plus hours a day, right? So what do? Get buttermilk blend powder. That's what I do. Damn it. So, story time. Anyway, I did a thing. I cut all my hair off. Why? Well, about 3 o'clock in the morning, which happens to be the kitty cat happy hour, Leroy Jenkins, who's 35 pounds, decides that he's going to get up on my pillow and start messing with me. But in the process, he ended up getting his claws tangled in my hair, and that kind of freaked him out. And he went running off the bed and had a big, huge lump of my hair like stuck in his foot, right? And he basically just about pulls me completely out of bed, all right? Scares the living crap out of me. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, and next thing I know it, I'm like rethinking my life choices. I had to go for a spa day. I really desperately needed a spa day. And so I went and got a massage, and then on my way home, I said, you know what? F this nonsense. I'm getting sick and tired of constantly having to move my hair out of the way every time I need to go sit down on the toilet, or else I end up with toilet water all splashed up all over the like the last 6 inches of my hair. And I'm like thinking to myself, you know what? It's time. It's finally time. After what I went through, I mean, this cat almost gave me whiplash, okay? Just imagine, you know, and shaking his freaking foot violently, and it's hitting me in the head, and I'm freaking out, and I'm like trying to wake Timmy up, and Timmy's not waking up because he sleeps. He'll sleep through the apocalypse, man. He'll sleep through the apocalypse. Actually, I think he kind of woke up a little bit. He goes, "Go back to bed," is what he said. So here I am. Got done with that. Just went over to the chiropractor's office, got my back adjusted, and then was like, you know what? What should I do first? Should I go and take my car in for an oil change, or should I go and get my hair cut? So I decided, you know what? Let's go check out this other place, because the other one, the lady didn't really cut it very well. It was kind of ragged, and I told her, get rid of the split ends and try to salvage as much of the length as you possibly can, but get rid of the split end so it's not so frizzy, and do something with the front of this, because I had an accident with the patio heater a few years ago, set my own hair on fire. And it was to the point where it's grown out long enough so that I can actually, do something stylish with it. This is like the second time now that I've had like hack jobs with my hair, because, 8 years ago I had brain surgery, and so the hospital shaved half of my head. So anyway, I go in, and there's a Vietnamese woman. It just so happened to be her first day on the job, but I didn't know this, okay, until 3/4 of the way through my hair. So she's like, "Oh, you like color?" And I'm like, do I need color? "Oh yeah, you need color." And I'm like, "Okay, all right, talk me into it. Let's go for it." So she's got a handful of my hair. She goes, and she pulls it around, and she's holding it in front of me. She goes, "This much?" I go, "Yes. Salvage as much as you can, but clean it up. And I want something kind of layering in the front, but try to keep as much of the length as humanly possible." So, famous last words. I was just fine until I looked down at the floor and saw what looked like Chewbacca on the floor. Burst into tears, unconsolable. So anyway, here's the back end. That's how much I had cut off. And of course, she added color to it, but you can't really see it too well, because I came home from all of my errands, and I'm like, there's a ladder right here. And I'm like, what the? And then it's like, see, I told you the ceiling or the flooring was blue on this side, Timmy. I told you. Just now notice this. Timmy, it's blue. See? You told me it wasn't blue. It's blue up there. It's blue. Anyway, so I'm like, what the hell's going on here? So apparently the light fixture has gone to crap right here, but you can't really notice it all too well. I mean, it's like, got the cameras going. It's actually pretty light. The lighting's okay, guys. I don't know. So is he color blind? What do you mean? What do you mean? Just agree, Timmy. It's blue up there. I kept telling him, look, I can see the flooring that's upstairs. It's the original flooring. Anyway, they tried to paint it blue, and then they tried to paint over it with white, and didn't do a very good job at it, but it's blue up there. So it's as blue as my mods. Anyway, so what are we doing? We got lots of leftovers. We got leftover smoked turkey gravy, and then what's left of the turkey. So, and yes, I know my kitchen is a mess right now. Christmas is coming. I'm size kitchen remodel. If anybody wants any great gift ideas. I'm kidding. Kitchen remodels are expensive, especially in a house that's 126 mother freaking years old. So back to the first episode. The first episode went up just shortly before this live. And I finished and fine-tuned all of it this morning, and Timmy actually started crying when he got to the song, or to a certain part of the song. So he actually got teary-eyed, or at least so he says. Has anybody watched it yet? Have you all watched it? Anybody? I know Tiger has because he started laughing. So, just a disclaimer. These are all fictitious beings, except for Tiger, in this comic, or somewhat fictitious. Any names being used, just purely coincidental. Shelly. Mason, your character has not even come up yet. So anyway, sit down, boy. But anyhow, so what we have left is a little tiny morsel of turkey breast. We got turkey leg and thigh. To be quite honest, the leg and thighs are my favorite parts. I'm a leg person. How about you? How do you like your turkey? You like white meat, dark meat? Don't like turkey at all? So what I'm doing is I'm just taking the turkey and we're gonna just kind of shred it up a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect, just however way it shreds up, and you just pull it and pull it and pull it and be done with it. This turkey was delicious. And later on, I'll have another story for y'all involving another turkey, not related to this one, in a little bit. So, anyhow, yeah, I'm actually quite impressed with these cameras. We have crappy lighting in here right now, and it's actually doing pretty well. Hey, Tiffany, welcome. This turkey was delicious. We used pecan for the smoke, and if you want to see, what all went into our Thanksgiving dinner, the live stream from last week was the one, right? Except for I neglected to put up the sweet potato or the candied yam. Sorry, got really busy with work and took a lot out of me to have to cook for a couple hundred people. Not related. How do you know they were not related, or they were not brother and sister? Well, because one the one that I cooked at work was from Cisco, or the presentation turkey that I got was from Cisco, whereas this one was an actual butterball. So I'm sure that they were not related. More than certain of it, because I don't know where the hell Cisco gets their turkeys from, but not impressed. But that's not the problem with my turkey at work. That's for later. Y'all have to hang around and wait to hear all about that. Some people have already heard about it because I was fuming in other live streams about it the day after Thanksgiving. I was just so pissed off at the world, and used a lot of restraint. So anyway, we're just breaking up this chicken or turkey breast. Yeah. Anyhow. So yeah, we decided to make the episodes really short, so we're only doing like anywhere between 5 and 12 minutes on the episodes, but we did this one, it was just under 6. So you'll have to go check it out. It's not a lengthy thing, but it sure took a damn long time to get that produced. Is Shawnee in here? Oh, hey, Shawnee! 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 Hello. Aloha and welcome. So I'm probably not going to do all this turkey because I got to save a little bit for the girls. The girls went absolutely crazy over the turkey, and you know they're bougie little dogs, so we got to make sure that we leave a little bit for them. Not the bones, of course, but the meat, because they're so food motivated. It's crazy. All right, so I think I got plenty here. It's all over the place. So we're going to just set this aside for the moment because we got to take care of other things. So I'm going to get a bowl right there. And I'm going to get measuring cups. And yes, I'm in my pajamas. Don't judge me. I have a thing about being in my pajamas. I don't have to go anywhere. So, first off, we're going to get ourselves 2 cups of all-purpose flour. One. And 2. Set that out of the way. All right. I've never used this stuff before, so if you're making 2/3 of a cup of buttermilk, you need 2.5 tablespoons of buttermilk blend. And what I need is 2/3 of a cup. So I'm going to go 2 tablespoons. One, 2, and a half.
Victoria's here.
Huh?
Victoria's here.
Hey, Latoria, welcome. We are using buttermilk blend, which won't stay on top of the box. But anyway, here we have that. Now we're going to get some milk. And we're going to need 2/3 of a cup of that. Now, we always want to add a little bit of salt, or else it's going to be like just tasteless, right? And now we are going to get ourselves 1 teaspoon of baking powder. One tablespoon of baking powder. Just like so. Whoops. All right. Set that back over here. And now we need some butter. We're going to need 1/2 stick of butter. We're going to chop it up into little pieces. You could also shred it with a box grater, or if you have one of those spiffy little cheese shredders, the rotary wheel ones, you can use that too. But the rotary wheel ones, they kind of suck. it gets all jammed up in there, and then next thing you know, you're having to dig it out with your fingers, and you end up with it all over the place, and you end up being a sad panda. So we'll just do that right there, like so. Set that aside, and
Scratch and Pete's here.
hey, Scratch and Pete, welcome. We're just making leftovers, and then we're gonna do a very special soup for Victoria and Tiger, two of our mods. All right, so now we got that going. We're gonna just toss that in there, and what we're making is a baked casserole of sorts. It is turkey and dumplings. One of my favorite things to make. You can also do other things like turkey a la king, turkey noodle casserole, turkey and rice casserole. I try not to make the turkey and rice casserole because I had to make that a lot at the jail, and I just kind of lost my love for it. So now we're just going to mix all this all together, mixy. And just kind of just get it all mashied up so that they're a little on the crumbly side, but not too crumbly. So we might have to just splash just a little bit more milk into it. I have a feeling we're going to have to add a little bit more milk to this. Yep, a little bit more milk. Yeah, it should be pretty loose, but not too loose. Enough to be able to grab a little wad of it and just drop it by hand in the little dumpling balls or teardrop shape or however you want. You can also just, spread it out in one big piece over the top of the pan. But you want to make sure that all that flour at the very bottom is all taken care of. Now, when it comes to gluten-free, if you're trying to go gluten-free, use whatever gluten-free flour you've got that you like. But if it's really heavy on the rice flour and it has xanthan gum in it, omit a little bit of it and just add just straight oat flour or cassava flour, whichever you prefer. Cassava is kind of expensive, so oat flour is a little bit better. Okay, so there we have that. It's not too thick, but it's going to be easy to work with. You don't want to overmix it because you want that butter to still be reasonably intact so that it can, as it cooks, it creates steam to help make those really puffy. Okay, let's clean up my mess real quick. Get those out of the way. And now we are going to move this pan over to there for a moment because we've got to get a big pan. Yeah. All right, so now we're going to turn that on. Set this aside for just a moment. And let's go look at our case here. My case that I've got. It's got a whole bunch of ingredients. Over the holiday, I smoked off more smoked garlic. Hopefully I only got 3 pounds this time around. So hopefully this will last me all winter. And I just whenever I do smoke and I have just enough room on one of the other racks to throw a bunch of garlic in there, I like to do that instead of just, if I'm going to use the energy to fire up that damn smoker, I want to get the best use out of it. So I'll just throw some random bits and bobs in there just so that I can use them at a later date. I just leave them as whole bulbs. Don't unwrap them or anything like that. I just stick them in there. And then as I need them, I'll pull them out of the freezer, but double bag them in freezer Ziploc bags because you don't want your freezer to stink like garlic, because it will stink your freezer up pretty bad. I'll just leave that open for the moment. Okay, so 3 cloves of garlic. So what we also have is celery. And I lost some of my celery. Timmy went to hand me something and knocked everything off the table. So I'm missing a bunch of carrot. I'm actually going to save the carrot for the soup. And I've got flat leaf parsley as well, and some fine diced onion. And so we're going to what?
I'm just letting you show it from down on.
Oh, I can show it there. Okay, cool. And then we've got some mushroom. So we start with the hardest vegetable first. We're going to go over to the stove next, and we are going to put some oil into the pan. Just like so. It seems pretty warm as it is. Drop some of the celery in there. Probably going to need that much for the soup. And get ourselves a spurtle. We want to get some heat onto that celery because celery can be such a pain in the ass. And we're going to take some onion. About that much. Yeah, did I lose some onion too? This seems like a lot less onion. Okay.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay. Close that up for the moment. God, my kitchen is such a mess. It's so cluttered. I got so many things all over the counter. But I rarely ever use the counter because it really doesn't serve me any purpose since I'm left-handed and this is on the right-hand side of me. It's so much harder. What? Oh, picture in picture. Oh, we got our picture in picture back. Yay. So we can look at my ass?
Yeah. Where's Lance when you need him?
Huh?
Where's Lance when you need
Yeah. Yeah, where is Lance?
him? Oh, that's right. He had a fish video he was going to watch.
What?
He had a fish video he was going to watch.
Oh, yeah, he's watching fish videos. Okay. Anyhow, so how did everybody fare over the holiday? Just gonna get this sauteed. Let's see here. No. No. Where's my sherry at? No. No. Yes. Get sherry ready. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Canadians have a different Thanksgiving. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, last month. Well, we just had ours here in the United States. Some people don't celebrate it. I'm always, terrified that I'm going to actually offend somebody by saying Happy Thanksgiving. Got yelled at once. We don't celebrate that. Deglaze. Now I'm gonna get that garlic. probably just need one. One for that now. Just mashy, mashy, mash. I'm actually really surprised we don't have any lights except for the overhead one. This little tiny. We have a little tiny postcard sized. I'm afraid to find out who's texting me. For crying out loud, what? No, Miranda. Anyway, what? Victoria got to meet Tyger's family and suddenly understands why he is like he is. Yeah. But could be worse. Could be far worse. You didn't need to get bail, Tiger. There's just some family members that just causes that kind of grief, you know? So, all right. Hey, Mishy. Welcome. All right, so now we got that going. Now we're going to take a 4-ounce stick of butter, 4 ounces. And we're going to drop that right on in there. Okay? Along with our mushrooms. Because mushrooms always make things taste better, in my opinion. Except I don't like buying those pre-sliced mushrooms or sliced mushrooms at the store. They always slice them so thick. But they didn't have any whole ones when I was there. For crying out loud, Miranda, read the goddamn schedule. It's on the goddamn wall. 2 o'clock. Now piss off. Schedule is posted on the wall and she's asking me what time she comes into work. And I know she's there. Did she just text me again? Oh, shut up, Miranda. Parquet? No parquet. Do they even make parquet anymore? I haven't. Have you seen parquet at the stores, Timmy? Does that even exist?
No, but I haven't looked that high on the shelf.
Oh.
Butter's on the bottom, and I just grabbed that.
Yeah, me too. With exception to the time when I needed vegan butter. Which isn't vegan butter, just margarine. That's what I don't understand. You can buy margarine for $1.29 for a pound. But you buy the one that says vegan on it, and it's $6.99.
Oh, Demoose said they do still have it.
Oh, do they? Huh. I'll have to take a look at the store and see if next time I go over there and see if I see it there. Yeah.
Brandon's looking for an invite.
What?
Brandon's looking for an invite.
Brandon's looking for an invite. How about me? What time do you want me to come in tomorrow? Oh my God, Brandon. I might actually be looking for a new dishwasher. You want a job? Oh God. All right. So we got our butter in there. Now we're going to give it a little smidge of flour. Equal amount of flour to fat makes a roux. So I'm just going to eyeball it because I know what I'm doing. At least some days. Okay. So now stir. And I like one pot wonders in that you just get everything going all at one time in one pot and call it a day, right? Except for we're going to put this in a casserole dish and bake it off. So we have our oven preheated to 375 degrees. This really smells really fragrant. All right, there we have that. Now, we are going to carry on some of those Thanksgiving flavors, so we're going to put a little bit of sage, just a little smidge of sage, not a lot of sage, and go with a little bit of thyme. A little bit of thyme goes a long way. Then we're going to have some rosemary added to it. Should give it a little bit of warmth. And a smidge of poultry seasoning, just a little dash, or else it's going to turn a really wickedly weird color. Okay. And then we're going to put just a little smidge of, thank you, Mishi. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm not sure about the color. I'm not sure if I like the color. She talked me into coloring my hair. My hair has always been like a virgin color. I've not bleached or dyed it in a long time, short of going over it with the same color that my hair is, just to protect it from the sun. Not that I really go out in the sun much. Okay, so now we got some fond happening at the bottom of the pan. Does everybody know what fond means? And I'm not talking about I'm fond of you, but fond in cooking. I'm sure Tiger will remember what fond means. I'm sure that he will enlighten you all. A little smidge of salt. Need just a little bit more sherry. We're gonna drunk this bitch up, okay? Drunky drunk. Hell with it. I'll just use the rest of it. What? What, Timmy?
I'm talking to the dog.
Oh, okay. All right. The fond at the bottom of the pan. Well, Katie got it. It's the bits stuck to the bottom of the pan. That's where all the flavor is. That's where all the happiness is. That's where all the joy is in your food. Show it a little love. Get it drunk. Then ask it out on a date.
Cindy.
You just might get lucky. All right. There we go. There's that. Now, let's spin around in circles for just a moment. And we're going to go and grab our gravy, which is the lowly remains of the turkey gravy. Okay. I'm going to add that to it, but we're also going to splash just a little splashy splash of milk. I don't want to use up the last of the gravy just in case. So actually, we're going to use heavy cream. We're going to use heavy cream because we really need a lot of fat. Okay, there we go. Now, when it comes to chicken and dumplings, you could put other vegetables in there like peas, carrots. I'm not all that terribly fond of carrots to begin with, so it's not a big deal. Peas and carrots, corn. You could throw some corn in there if you have corn. Just whatever frozen vegetable you got, or whatever leftover fresh vegetable that you've got, or fully cooked vegetable that's left over. We don't have much for corn because we made creamed corn. I think we ate it all. So now we're just gonna let this get all happy together. Probably gonna need the whisk. Whisk. And if it's too thick, just add some chicken stock to it. That's what I'm going to do. Add the remainder of that chicken stock. There we go. All right. Now we're just going to mixy mix. Thank you, Brian.
Cindy got raped by the cat again.
Huh?
Cindy got raped by the cat again.
Who got raped by the cat?
Cindy.
What? Cindy? Oh. Cindy just got her sweater torn off. Okay.
Did Leroy take off your sweater? I'm sorry.
Yes, he did. Okay. little bit of coarse chopped flat leaf parsley, some freeze-dried chives. I'm really in a freeze-dried chive kick lately. And we're going to need some pepper. This is one of those dishes that really loves black pepper. Contrary to popular belief at work, which I had a really nasty little note in my suggestion box saying, whoever keeps putting black pepper in the food needs to be fired. Can't you fire these women? I'm like, no, I can't. I'm not. Feeding old people is hard sometimes. Hello, Tato. Okay. There we have that. Now we're going to just move this aside. Go for our turkey. We're going to just start dropping our turkey in there. Big chunks and all. Just drop all the chunks in there. All of it. Gently, though, so you don't splash it all over yourself. The gravy all over yourself. Okay. Oops. Is that a piece of skin? Yes, it is. I don't really want the skin in there. All right. There we go. The girls are like, drop some on the floor, Mommy. What? Sorry.
Go near the dog that bounced off me.
I'm sorry. I don't have good depth perception, all right? Give me a break.
Did Cindy get a bite?
I threw it over there. I don't know if she got a bite. She probably missed it.
Yeah,
She
did.
She did?
It's over there.
There.
Cindy.
There.
Well, now Dory got that.
No,
one,
Dory
too.
got that one too. All
That's
right.
Okay.
Well,
Down.
she's
Come on,
not very
Cindy.
smart. She's not very
Come here,
smart.
baby, over here.
Yeah. Go to Daddy. Daddy will get it for you.
Cindy.
Daddy will do everything for you.
Come here, Cindy. Now, this is Cindy's bite.
All right.
There you go, baby.
All right. What's going on? Pepper is excellent for sauce when you deglaze a pan for steak au poivre. Yes. Yes, Gary. You and your steak au poivre. Cracks me up. All right. So there we have that. Look how nice and thick that is. That's very meaty, this is how it should be, you know. Maybe splash just a little splash more of, actually, we're going to put some more milk in there. Let's add some milk in there. It's like a country gravy meets turkey. With a dunce cap on? What? The dogs have been waiting all day. Yes, Mishy. I don't know if you can hear their little toenails clicking on the floor, but they're like pacing back and forth, waiting for me to drop something else on the floor. All right. Go get some spoony spoons. Watch out, girls. Watch out. All right. Go. Give it a tasty taste. Make sure that we have enough salt in there. Oh my God. It's still very smoky. A little smidge more salt. All right. Does taste very good though. Tastes delicious. Okay. Line that up. Set that aside. Turn that off. Now we're going to transfer this right here over to this. There, just like so. And as you can tell, my stove is off-centered, or not quite level, not quite perfectly level. I might have to take a little smith of this out because I might have overshot it just a little bit. All right, just a little bit. That's okay. Okay, just take a little bit out. Maybe that much. Move that around a little bit. Okay. Yeah, it's going to bubble over and it's going to cause a fire in the stove. We don't want that. So we're going to have to sacrifice a little. We can always add it back later. Okay. There we go. I meant to do that, really. Shaky shake, just to get it all like nice and even. Okay. Let's go over here to the back to the island for a moment. Take this with us. All right. And now we're going to take our bowl of stuff right here and we're just going to pinch a little bit off, just like so. And we're just going to lay it gently right there. They don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be like stamped out like a biscuit or anything like that. Just like so. And the reason why I don't boil mine is because I like mine to have some color to it and have it bake rather than steaming. So try to get roughly about the same size. And if you just don't feel like doing this, you can always get like biscuit mix, pre-made biscuit mix, and just kind of follow the instructions a little bit and just do it that way. It's perfectly all right because some people just don't have all the ingredients in their kitchen to be able to do something like this, and that's okay. You know, you do what you got to do, even if it means using those frozen or not frozen, the biscuits in a can. You can do that too. It's not quite the same, but it works. Okay, there we have that. Now, put that bowl right there for the moment. We're going to go in the oven with this, and we're going to let it bake at 375 for a bit. All right, that's in. All right, next, I'm going to need another pot. I'm going to need my fry pan. Get that out of the way. And my soup pot. So, we're going to start with the pot first because we want to be able to get this stuff all nice and happy. So, we're going to take our onions, our celery, and our carrot over to the stove. Turn this on to a 7. I need to tidy some of this up here. I have no place for anything. Of course, next time I open this, everything's going to fall out. Stay. Don't open this cabinet, Tim. I booby-trapped it. All right. All right. Get this nice and hot. I never put biscuits in my... No, that's not the wedding soup. That's the turkey and dumplings. This is going to be the wedding soup. And wedding soup is just a very, very, very simple soup, but we got to get it going first so that it will be ready for the diddlini. I'm going to move this out of the way.
I cleaned up the mess on the floor.
Thank you for cleaning up the mess on the floor. All right. Our oil is not quite moving yet. So wedding soup is kind of a very, very simple soup in its own way, in that it has a few ingredients in it. Meatballs, which we're going to make from scratch. I'm going to show you how to do that. We just got to get this started first, so it can get happy, and then we can move it over to the other stove burner and be able to get all the other stuff going. Because cooking meatballs doesn't take much at all. So soup, it's going to have celery, onion, and carrot as a mirepoix. If you don't want to use a carrot, you don't have to. It's not traditionally found in wedding soup, but I like the flavor that it imparts, and it gives me something to throw at Timmy for his bad dad jokes when we're eating dinner. So start with the hardest vegetable first. And we're going to need a spoon of some sort. Stir. Oh, hey, the girls' favorite Spurtle. It's not a lot of celery because some of it ended up on the floor. But we're going to make up for it with the onion. Okay. Drop the onion in there. And the carrot. And we're done with those. We're probably going to need 4 cloves of garlic because it's not a huge batch of soup, but we need to have that flavor in it. Okay. And usually, this is a preference for me, is I like to use both the kale and the spinach. However, spinach will suffice. That's also going to go in the soup. So let's give this a stir. You want to get a little bit of color on those carrots. So if we go look at the top camera up here, we're going to try to spread this out as best as we can. You're going to want more celery and carrot and stuff. Okay. Let those develop a little bit. Yes, Tiger escarole works too. I've also seen people use what's it called? Collard greens, but I don't agree with that. But if that's all you got, perfectly all right to use it. I personally don't agree with it, but it's your soup. Use whatever you got. I've even seen people put cabbage in it, which I also don't agree with. But not everybody has the ability to go and buy a lot of these ingredients, especially with the way grocery prices are. All right, we're gonna drop the garlic in there next. We're just gonna mash what?
I'm talking to Dory.
Oh, okay. Mash this garlic around.
How about that?
We want to really brighten that up. Now I've got a bottle of wine. I'm gonna find my wine bottle opener. Any idea where I put my wine bottle opener? Never mind. It's right in front of me. Okay, so let's go back over to this camera. In order, huh? Oh. In order to celebrate the pilot episode of the Curious Afterlife of Bucci Jones, we got a bottle of Secret Squirrel. So that'll be fun. I hope it doesn't suck. There. Oh no. I think this might suck. It'll work for the soup. All right. I prefer to use red wine because that's pretty much all I drink. I don't drink white wine very often. Every once in a while I do, but I have to really be in the mood. So we're going to hit this with some red wine. And then we're going to add the chicken stock. Please don't set off the smoke detector. Please don't set off the smoke detector. I have a feeling I'm going to set off the smoke detector. We are making Italian wedding soup. I didn't make any. I accidentally threw away my turkey carcass, which I'm kicking myself in the ass for now because I was like, usually I save them so that I can make some. I know it's queefing, so I can make some turkey stock, but unfortunately I threw them all out in the garbage. So no turkey stock. Nothing sucks after 2 bottles. That's right, Tiger. Unless you have 3 bottles of it, which I had 2 cases of wine in my office when I first started my new job. I found 2 cases of wine, and it's like, who the hell buys this? I mean, the only other wine that sucks more than this is kosher wine. It's just, the stuff was nasty, but so I tried to cook with it as best as I could by making coq au vin and try to just get rid of it to the best of my ability. I figured you need copious amounts of that wine in order to braise off chicken thighs for 100 people. So I used up nearly all of it. Okay. Oops. On the floor it goes. Okay. So here we go. We're going to move it back over here. We're going to let that do its thing. Turn this off for a moment. And now we're going to go over to the back over to the island. I'm going to get a bowl. So here we have our bowl. And what I like to do is use ground beef and pork blend. Okay. This is 80% by 20%. So we're going to just pitch that baby right in there. And clean up my mess. Put that right there for right now. Okay. And we're going to need a little bit of breadcrumb or panko or pork panko, depending on your preference. Besides, it's going to be your meatballs, right? So, put in whatever you want, whatever you got, etc., etc. Let's see here. Time. Where did my bottle of wine? All right. Now we've got whole fennel seeds because we need the fennel, need that licoricey flavor in our meatballs. So about a tablespoon and a half. Smidge of rosemary. And we're going to put a little bit of that rosemary in the pot as well. Thyme. A little bit goes a long ways, okay? A little smidge over here too in the soup. To hell with it. We'll put a little bit of the fennel seeds in there. I like to use a cap. 1 capful. A couple bay leaves into the pot, okay? Not in the meatloaf or the meatballs. Always count them. 1, 2, 2. So that when you go fishing for them later, you remember how many you put in there. Let's see here. I'm gonna put some salt over here. Put a little bit of salt over here. And then some Italian seasoning. I'm gonna put, for 3 pounds of meat, it's about that much. It's like 3/4 of a lid of dried seasoning. I'm just going to call that a day, okay? As far as seasonings go. Because you don't want to go too overboard, but you also want to make sure that it's flavorful. Because especially when you go to fry it, it's like they're gonna lose some of the seasonings anyhow, because the fat's going to render out. Okay, I like to put a little tiny bit of Parmesan into my meatballs. Grated works well. Oh my God, why? Fine. Cut shaded area to shake cheese out. Oh, thanks a lot. Now you tell me. Oh, well. Why are people texting me? All right. Now we got that. And we're going to need an egg. 1 egg. Just like so. And now we're going to just mix this all together. Until we got it thoroughly combined. But you don't want to over emulsify it or else you end up with a very tough meatball, okay? Just remember that. Mixy mix, but don't mix it too much. Because the heat from your hands is going to start to melt some of that fat. The next thing you know, you got a tough and gummy kind of meatball. You want to be able to have some bite to it where you just bite into it and it just kind of melts in your mouth a little bit, but not in your hand. Okay. All right, there we go. Now, take this over here. Set that right there. And what we're wanting to do is just make some small meatballs, about 1/2 ounce each. Okay. You don't want them too big, but you also don't want them too small either. Because keep in mind, they are going to shrink just a little smidgen. It's a little too big. Just kind of eyeball it. Stop texting me, people. All right. There we have that. Because also the other thing you can do is you can also just cut them in half as well afterwards. That one's a little too big. Let's take a little bit of that off. Ow, ow, ow. No, Dory. Yeah, frozen meatballs, those work too. I like to make mine from scratch just because I like the flavor of them because I just never know what kind of fillers the frozen ones have. But for a soup, they're perfectly all right. I mean, again, it's your soup. If you prefer to use the frozen meatballs, that's fine. Costco has some really good prepared meatballs over in their cooler section, not the freezer one. At least I have not seen any in the freezer section, but the cooler section, they've got these huge ass ones. But again, just roast them off and uh, cut them into quarters and call it a day. For if you're just one of those types of people that just needs something quick and sleazy, it's all right. No judgment here. I just have a preference to scratch. And so we're just giving it a rolly roll. We don't want to overwork them. So just kind of, if you see some cracks in it, just pinch it lightly and just drop it in there. It'll seal up when it starts to brown. So don't worry so much about that. And just because I'm a professional chef doesn't mean that I'm going to be snotty about, oh, you must make everything from scratch. You know what? I don't always make everything from scratch. It's whatever time I have available to me at the time. There's just times when, Kraft macaroni and cheese is all I can muster when I get home from work after being there for 10, 12, 14 plus hours, while also stuck in traffic for 3 hours round trip. And sometimes it's those take and bakes from Costco, for a whole week. But, I try my best to, do some meal prep for the week, which is what we're doing right now, is we're meal prepping for the week. Going to extend the life of that turkey carcass a couple more days or so because, quite frankly, I'm getting a little tired of just eating just plain turkey. So we're going to do that. And go in and just kind of flippy flip. Now, when they have a higher fat content, they're going to get brown a lot faster, okay? Seems like my meatballs are getting a little bit bigger as I go. I think I'm starting to lose my patience. Y'all probably are too, but hey. This is a labor of love. I love you guys. So I want you guys to love my soup. This is my way of saying thank you to Victoria and Tyger by creating something for them that they thoroughly enjoy.
You're going to be there doing that for a minute.
Huh?
You're going to be there doing that for a minute.
Yeah, I'm going to be here doing this for a minute. Okay.
You need to change it to camera and then auto.
Yeah, camera, then audio, and then auto. Yep, gotcha. Got it. All right.
Come on, go.
All right. So now, when they can easily be picked up, just like so, that means that there's enough browning on them to be able to flip them. They will tell you when it's the right time. If they stick, just leave it alone for a little bit longer. And they should be just quite all right. Now I got a hot spot on my stove, so this is going to be fun. All right, here we go. There's that, there's that, there's that. That's some good browning happening here. Now I like to have a hard sear on my meatballs when I'm putting it in soup. That way I know that they're going to be done, because normally what I do is when I make meatballs for like spaghetti or something, I'll brown them off very gently and then put them onto a sheet pan, stick them in the oven and finish them. Or I'll just put them completely. See, that one's stuck? See that? That one's stuck. That one could have just sat there and just gotten happy. Oh, that one too. See? Sticky, sticky, stick. So one of the other things you could do is just give it a little pitch of wine or water or a little bit of chicken stock just to help them not stick so much to the pan. I've made a mess. God, this freaking door is driving me nuts. All right. Anyhow. Good night, Desert Living, if you're still here. Have a good night. Thank you for coming. Start your playlist in the morning. All right. There we go. Just give them a little flippy flip. Cobbler's son has no shoes. Chefs eat mac at home. Yes, we do. We do. I eat mac. Sometimes I'll even eat Chef Boyardee ravioli out of the can. And if I'm lucky, maybe it might get heated up first. There's just times when I just have no energy to do anything when I get home. They smell really good. Except for they're all uneven. Some of them are a little bigger than others. So check your stove. See where your hot spot is. Move them around. Don't keep them in the same spot constantly. This stove probably needs to be replaced at some point. What I'd like to do is I'd like to get a cooktop, get a permanent island, and then be able to put a double oven right here where the stove is. That could be a lot of fun. All right. Check our soup. Still doing its thing. Now what I could do is I could take that leftover smoked gravy that I got. It's just a little smidge left. And just add it to the soup. It's going to be super concentrated in turkey flavor, so why not? Let's just drop it in there and let it do its thing. That way I can get rid of this container out of my refrigerator. Now, one of the other things that you can do with this soup is you could use whatever kind of pasta you've got on hand. I still have some of this left from just ditalini pasta. They're those little balls of hatred. Rossini de Pepe. Cooking time 9 minutes, but never believe the box. Okay, sometimes it takes a little longer. Hey Beverly, welcome. We're just frying up some meatballs here for soup. I am gonna pop my head into the stove here and just take a look, or into the oven real quick and check on our dumplings. They're looking pretty lovely. All right, here we go. Meatballs are still a little on the raw side in the middle. All right. Hey Lance, welcome. How was your fish stream? Yeah, Simon. Done with your little fishy friends, are we? Or did they kick you out of the clubhouse? I'm kidding. Nobody would do that to Lance. Lance is too cool of a guy to kick out of the clubhouse. All right. Now we want our meatballs to have lots of color. We also don't want them to burn. Yeah, just like cooking 30 tiny round hamburgers. Exactly. Exactly. I was just curious, has anybody seen Ace Howdy lately? We were kind of asking about Ace Howdy the other day, or yesterday, last night, as a matter of fact. A few of us hadn't seen her in a while, in a week. I'm hoping she's just on vacation or something. Yeah, I know you haven't because we were talking about that yesterday. So I'm just wondering if anybody else has. All right, so are we ready for another story time? Are we ready for another story time? All right, now we're gonna just let them rest. Come back over to the. Now Timmy is back. Hi, girls. Did you have? Well, yeah, of course it is. Just how it is, right? So anyway. Oops.
I don't know what's going on, but we got a couple of cops go from the neighborhood.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
25 outside.
So current temperature is 25 degrees outside, according to Timmy.
Yep.
Just gonna drop the rest of that. I don't want to. I just lost my patience with that. So anyway. It probably does involve some blue lights, but last night we had some vicious wildlife go running through the neighbor's yard late last night, and
Onesies.
had a hey onesies. We had to walk down the dogs, and didn't want them to become a cougar in moose bush. With all the hunting that's going up on the hill, it's causing the four-legged Bambi-like things to come closer into town, which causes, the more vicious creatures to come down off the mountain to go hunt. So it's kind of funny in that regard. So story time. Let's backtrack to Wednesday. Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. For those of you that don't know, I am a professional chef, and sometimes I do things a little unconventionally, but you guys already know that. A little on the weird side sometimes, but it is what it is. So I'm taking care of my turkeys, and the breakfast cook had already taken care of the boneless turkey rolls, which are just the turkey breasts, that morning before I got there, and she did a beautiful job at that. Now, so I set up the menu so that it was a lot easier to deal with, so that we could spend the rest of Wednesday trying to get done as much as we possibly can for the Thanksgiving family and friends event that we had at work for 168 people. And I needed a presentation turkey for the carving station, because we were going to just take the boneless, skinless turkey breasts and just kind of slice them up and put them into the chafing dishes and put them out for service on the buffet. But on the carving station, there was going to be a pit ham and the one turkey, just so that we would have this turkey to go with our food, all the rest of the trimmings. And so I did a dry rub on my turkey, and then proceeded to give it a really good dose of sugar and salt, because what I wanted it to do was wanted the sugar to caramelize on the turkey and create this crust on it. And basically, when you brulee anything, it's like the sugar kind of burns a little bit, and then it creates this nice little protective cocoon over the top of this turkey, holds in all the moisture and the flavor, throughout. And as you pull it out of the oven and you let it go to cool, then what it does is the sugar starts to melt and drips very slowly over the turkey. And anyway, so I was telling my PM cook, one of my PM cooks, maybe I should stay the night, because I was kind of afraid. Oh, this is parsley, by the way. We're just going to throw a little bit of parsley in there, save the rest for garnish. And then we're going to get some basil. So we're standing around talking, and I'm like, maybe what I need to do is I need to just stay the night, just to make sure that nothing happens to my turkey. And then I thought to myself, well, you know what? No, I shouldn't have to. So my morning cook was going to be there that morning on Thursday, and I asked her to please, let everybody know not to touch the turkey, that I will be in first thing in the morning to take care of this turkey. Don't touch it. Nobody touches it but me. And so I walked in with my coffee in hand, went to see if we were going to actually have our morning stand-up meeting, which is, a morning meeting that happens every morning at a certain time. And everybody was just too busy for it, so we just kind of bailed on the whole meeting idea. This is basil. I'm just doing what's known as a chiffonade. What you do is you roll the leaves up and then just slice and make little ribbons. We're going to add that toward the very end. So I get in, coffee in hand. Good morning. All happy and stuff to actually be there because I love events. I just absolutely love events. And I run into my morning cook, or one of my morning cooks. The other one's a part-timer. And she's like, I tried to tell her. I'm like, what do you mean? And she says, your turkey. I'm like, what about my turkey? At this point, my cheerfulness is gone away. It's gone. It's that magical happy moment is just gone. It's like all of a sudden the rage is starting to build and build and build. What do you mean? No, I have nothing. I have nothing for you. I have nothing for you. Do you want a piece of basil? Well, she's like bugging me. She's like, I tried to tell her and she just wouldn't listen to me. And I'm like, great. Okay, so what happened? So she lifts up the dome. My turkey is sitting underneath this dome in the steam well already. It's 8:30 in the morning. And I'm like, how long has it been in the oven? Good God, where's the skin? What has happened to the skin? Where's my skin? She peeled it off. She said it was burnt. I'm like, it wasn't burnt. Or at least I didn't burn it. Well, at least I didn't burn it. So, what the hell? So the next thing I know it, she had peeled all the skin off of my turkey, not realizing that this is what happens when you put a sugar coating on it to get it to caramelize. It was intentional. But just simply by saying, look, don't touch my turkey, that should have been enough, right? Because I am the chef. I'm the boss. And I got smoke. So, anyhow. It's bubbled over. It's all over my cast iron. But that's okay because there we have that. God, it smells good. Looks good. Smells good. All over my mittens. Okay, so I'm like, so I went to look for my other morning cook, who is the one that was responsible for that, and said it wasn't burnt. Oh, it was dark. It was dark like this. And she was pointing to the Hershey's syrup bottle. I'm like, it was intentional. It was supposed to be that dark because it was sugar. Oh, I didn't know. I said, oh, but were you not told not to touch it? Okay, this is a half cup of ditalini. You don't want to put a lot of ditalini in there because what will happen is the pasta will absorb all the liquid, and the next thing you know, all you got is this glop of something in there that doesn't even resemble soup anymore. That's going to be about 10 minutes right there, and I got some in my hair. All right, chopped kale, a couple of handfuls. You want to add that first, okay? Because you don't want to put the spinach in too early. So I'm like, I'm about to have a panic attack. And so they had the audacity to say, well, we got another turkey in there. Can we just stick that one in the oven? And I'm like, no, it's 9 o'clock in the morning now at this point, and everybody's going to be expecting to sit down to eat turkey at 11:30. So then you tell me, how the hell are we going to cook a 24-pound turkey in 3 hours and have it fully rested? Please explain that to me. And finally, it just I just couldn't. I didn't have any words. I didn't have any words. I just didn't have words. I just couldn't come up with anything to say. So I just remained silent for the rest of the morning and just kind of like, took care of all my other stuff and asked my activity director to please pick up a turkey injector on her way into work because she hadn't arrived yet. She was out looking for champagne. And so, champagne and wine or something like that. So she finds that she had to go to 3 stores, and had I known that she couldn't find one at the first store, I probably should have told her, just if you don't see one at the first store that you go to, don't bother going to the second store or anything like that. Just don't worry about it. I will figure something out. So I'm like injecting the hell out of this poor turkey, and there was just no salvaging this turkey. It was so dry because they put it in the oven. After the skin got peeled off, she put it in the oven at who knows what temperature, but it was golden brown delicious on the very top with no skin. So you just know that that's going to be a dry ass turkey, right? So after a little while, my activity director shows up and hands me this turkey injector, and I'm like, and she's like looking at the turkey, and I'm like, I'm too embarrassed to serve this. I can't put this out on the carving station. We're just not going to have a turkey to carve this Thanksgiving. And she goes, yeah, it does look pretty dead. And I'm like, yeah, it's definitely very dead. It's very, very dead. And then I started shouting because some asshat peeled the goddamn skin off my goddamn turkey thinking that it was done or overdone and burnt. And when it was sugar, it was just sugar. And so she's like, calm down. I just threw my hands up in the air. I'm like, I need to go outside and have a cigarette. I just need to go outside and have a cigarette. Just leave me alone. Everybody just leave me alone. I'm just going to go outside. So not more than 2 minutes later, my boss comes walking out. Can I have a talk with you for a moment? I'm like, oh, great. So we're going to have a talk out by the dumpster. I already know what this is going to be all about. I said, you're going to fire me? Okay, go ahead. I don't care. And he's like, no. What's going on? So I had to go and explain it to him. And all of a sudden, it's like I just started crying. I just started, this freaking hardened chef that used to work in a freaking jail is like in tears crying because I can't serve that. I've never messed up a turkey before in my life. Never once, ever. And now it's like my turkey is ruined. There's nothing that I can do with this. There's no salvaging it. And yeah, that's why day drinking was invented. You're right. You're very right. And that's what I wanted to do. And I even had a bottle of peppermint bark rum chata under the front seat of my car. So it's like, yeah, I wanted to day drink. And so, he goes, just calm down and just chill out here for a little bit and come back in when you're ready. And I'm like, okay, that's fine, because that's exactly what I'm going to do. Let me finish my goddamn cigarette. So I did not say that to him because he's actually a very, very, very nice person. I really thoroughly respect my boss. He's a nice person and he's a good person. And and he's fair. But it's like I just lost it. I went back inside, and after we got done serving out, and everybody was like, just raving about how good the food was, and some of the family members were like, I really had low expectations because this is a senior retirement home, and I really had low expectations, but this was just amazing. And I'm like, well, thank you. My team did a great job helping, doing their part and putting this all together. And so afterwards, I'm standing in the kitchen and I just feel emotional, and I go out and do table touch and go talk to some of the family members and stuff like that, and some of the residents that didn't have any family members there. And they were all just raving about the food and they were in good spirits. So I left on a high note and came back into the kitchen and decided I was going to go and have another break because get out of my chef jacket and just go outside and cool off for a little bit. And my PM cook, my PM lead, she was like, um, she came out with me, and I'm like, I'm like one panic attack away from going out to the car and getting my Ativan out of the center console of my vehicle, and maybe go and take that and calm down, because I just can't. There's no coming back from that. There's just no coming back from that. And she's like, I understand. And even it's Sunday, and I still can't laugh about it. It's not it's like, it's not even funny. It's not even funny. I just can't even. I just can't. So anyway, here's our soup. Our diddlini is probably like halfway there, maybe. Damn it. Didn't get it. So that concludes that story time. But everybody enjoyed their food. Yeah, it's got another 4.5 minutes. It's stuck in my teeth right now. Oh God, the flavor of that is just, oh my God. Lightly smoky, very lightly smoky. It was hard, Mishy. It's one of those times in my life when I'm like, do I really want to be a chef anymore? And then the following day, it was Friday, I'm at work all day. Yeah, and I made my clam chowder, and this is disgusting. This is not a soup. I go, no, it's a chowder. Because I got tired of listening to people say, this is too thick, this is too thin, this is not a chowder, this is not a soup, this is not a chowder, this is not a soup, it's spicy, whatever's in it is spicy, why do you put pepper in it, why do you do this, it's too clammy, not clammy enough, did you put bacon in this? It's like, there's just times when I just want to just, throw up my hands and just say, you know what? I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm out of here. I just want to just not be a professional chef anymore. I thought it was going to be a little easier, but yeah. So I also have to take into mind that there are times. Okay, so now we're going to add our spinach. That sometimes after their families have come and gone during these visits, or when they see everybody else's families coming out for these sort of events, and those that don't have any family to attend the event with them, they get a little snippy the next day. That their family left them behind there, didn't bring them home with them for family dinner, that they came out just so that they didn't have to drag grandma or grandpa off to Aunt Bessie's house or whatever the hell it is. So and then there's some that don't have any family at all, and so they get a little resentful and get mad and everything else. So anyway, back to this this turkey and dumpling. I know what Timmy's going to want. So, anyhow, so here's our turkey and dumpling. right there, just like so. It's not the greatest in plating, but you know, after what I went through this weekend or this week, I just don't give a rat's ass about how it looks. So anyway, so there we have it. Nice and hot, and it's all nice and fluffy. And let's take a look at our dumplings. They have nice lift to them, nice body to them. You know, it's lightly crispy on the top, but it's caught some of the moisture from the sauce underneath. See that? It's just lovely. It smells fantastic. It's like, oh, the smokiness in this still carries through, but it seems like it's muted a little bit more than what it was initially. You know, after getting it out of the smoker the day of. So when you make gravy, if you can save your pan drippings overnight, just to give it time to air out and tone down, it's always the best way. Oh my God. So that's this. That's the turkey and dumplings. Now, if you prefer to have yours steamed, you can definitely do that. It's all right. I like mine where they got a little bit of a crunchy biscuit texture to it. Oh, delightful. Mm. It's just barely boiling. So here's that. Already dropped the spinach in there, but now what we're going to do is we're going to take that chiffonaded basil. We're going to just sprinkle right on in there, just like so. And then we're going to give that a stir. Just let that get happy. We have turned it down, so yes, you're right. It was starting to boil a little bit. Well, we want those meatballs to relax and get happy. And the smell from this is just freaking amazing. So do you want to see the soup? You already saw the chicken and dumplings, which is really freaking good. Timmy's going to love this. All right, one last bite. Put this over here. Now, some people put tomato in their wedding soup. I personally don't like it in my soup. Because this is supposed to be like a really rustic and lovely dish, you know. So now I'm going to scoop that in there, just like so. Get another one, a couple meatballs. Stir. Try to just get some more broth. And just like so. And then, now that we have that, we're going to want to top it with a little bit of Parmesan. Now, if you have some crostinis, you can definitely put some crostini on it. Sprinkle. Just give it a little dash. It doesn't have to be a lot. Just like that. And there we have that. And that is Italian wedding soup. Very, very dainty and delightful. Just like so. Just a little touch of color with that carrot in there. And delicious. And very hot. So, one of the other things you can do is you take a baguette, just like this. Cut it on a very, very, very long bias. And either you can grill it with a little bit of garlic butter and then melt a little bit of Parmesan on it, or just serve it as it is. Just kind of just stick it right there, and just use it to mop up some of the liquid in the soup, and you eat it that way. So that's wedding soup right there. Looks delightful. Personally, I think I need more cheese. All right, Munchie Mafia. So next week we will be doing the Wheel of Misfortune. It's just that I felt that we needed to relax and do something fun with our leftovers, our turkey leftovers, just so that you have an idea of maybe you've got a whole lot of leftovers, but you really don't know what you want to do with it. Here's one perspective. Now, she cooks and roasts. She did a Thanksgiving leftover sort of dish too on her channel today on her live. So go check out her channel too to see a different perspective. And then of course we got this, which is the Italian wedding soup. And God, it's so good. I did this one for Victoria and Tyger. It's my way of saying thank you for everything that you do. So thank you. So here we have it. And we don't have a wheel of misfortune to spin.
No, but we do have a.
But we do have the other wheel to find out who is going to be the next show up for shout out. Timmy has collected all the names of all the content creators that have come in. This is for the ending outro, which changes every week, sometimes every couple weeks or so, or back to Damoose again, sort of thing. So it's all random. Some people were like, well, my name has never come up. Well, now you have proof that we do pick random. So check out the wheel and make sure that your name is on it. But I will read them off. We've got Captain Brian, Canadian Family Life, Shawnee Grows, Chef Roast and Gag, Scratch and Pete PA, Mishy, Carolina Country. Hello, I'm sorry I didn't see you come in. If you're still here, Tato, Sleeper Barbecue, Beverly Moffett, Belt Loop 29, Stock Explorer, Damoose, Yes I Can Barbecue, Katie's in the Kitchen, Stephen and Jacqueline. That's Cooking with Stephen and Jacqueline. And you want to see some beautiful island food, go check out Stephen and Jacqueline. Beautiful, beautiful, vibrant, colorful food. Very fresh. Anyway, Butler Family Farm, Greg Johnson, Tuber Chat, Bulldogs, Desert Living, Devil Dog, who just had a baby. Baby goat, that is. Mason Hefner, Drunken Chef of Drunken Chef Barbecue, Brandon of Palm Beach, Feel Good Cooking, and happy birthday to Susan of Butler Family Farm. Today's her birthday. And Wednesday, in case we don't catch you, it is Beltloop 29's birthday. So happy birthday. And let's get to it. You got all the names in there?
I missed Des, but I did. She's on it now.
Oh, she's on it now. Okay, Des is on it now?
Yep.
Okay.
Whoops. I didn't have Terry either.
Who?
Madwood Barbecue.
Oh, God. Yeah, we need to add Madwood Barbecue. Sorry about that.
I hadn't seen him.
Huh?
I hadn't seen him.
Yeah, Tiger, he's getting to it. Okay, you know what? The secret squirrel is not bad. Let it air out a little bit. And it's like, not bad. I give it a 7 out of 10. It's drinkable.
All right. Now I think I got everybody.
Yes. All right. Well,
Are we ready?
yeah, we're ready. Let's go.
Captain Brian.
Captain Brian, one of our mods. Congratulations, Captain Brian. You're next on the show up for shout out. So Munchie Mafia, I hope you all enjoyed this. And don't forget, please go and Off Topic Squirrel. We will be doing Cards Against Humanity next
week.
Saturday,
Yeah.
6 p.m. Pacific. That's 9 p.m. Eastern. For those that don't quite grasp the concept that there's time zones. We'll be doing Cards Against Humanity. And we're going to be doing the drawing on Sunday, that following Sunday. And also, Off Topic Squirrel has its first episode of the webcomic. Please go check it out. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of it. If we should continue the story or not. And, it's all up to you guys. So for the most part, I'm glad you all came. I'm glad that you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving, however way you celebrate it. And I really appreciate y'all coming out and supporting this channel. So much love to all of you. Don't forget, cook with love, eat with passion. Have a good night.
Well, Munchie Mafia, it is that time. We really hate saying goodbye. So let's just say a fond good night, or even a sad little toodaloo. Perhaps even until next time. Maybe even a ta-ta. For now we'll be here or on Off Topic Squirrel, because Bucci needs love too. It's been really fun with all our friends, no matter if you're old or you're new. So before you let that door slam behind you, fondle that like button lovingly and go back to your life as it were before you hit that play button on YouTube. If you haven't yet subscribed to Munchie Mafia Official, now is that time. What's stopping you? While you're still here on YouTube, please check in on our friend Peaceful Des. She goes live every Friday night, chilling on the comfy throne. She is the queen of the Nomi homies. All hail the queen with her mighty bedazzle taco tenderizer scepter. Thanks for coming, and please remember, as you are in your very own kitchen and cooking for your family, community, and friends, to always cook with love and always eat with passion, unless it has Twizzlers in it. Whoever suggested that is going to hell. As Chef CV says, stir up some magic. Whiskey whisk and a little mischief. Bakey bake a little mystery with the spinning wheel of misfortune.